I'm reacting to Joe Rogan videos, man. I love the Joe Rogan podcast, all the conspiracies, all the stuff they be on. So this is part one. I'm trying to react to all of them, make a series out of it. So here's the intro. Without further ado, reacting to Joe Rogan conspiracies, part one.
Me for this.
What?
You know what I want? I want one. You guys are gonna hate me for this.
What?
You know what I want? I want one example, Eddie, of why we should believe the Earth is flat. That's what I want.
Are you kidding me?
You son of a bitch! I want it so bad, and I am high and drunk.
I don't. We can
And
talk
you
about
guys want it
flat
too.
Earth as long as it's a joke and it's funny.
I'm
Because
cool.
if it gets angry,
Dude,
then it's not fun.
I'm not married to that.
If it's jokey,
I'm not married to it.
Eddie, I want you to
Jokey.
Convince me that it's flat.
There's no way I could do that, man.
God, really? There's not one example?
It takes about a year and a half of like one.
Year and a half? That's too much.
Very hard. The indoctrination's so strong. You look at your son's cartoons, it's all space. I look at all my shit, all the shit my son likes. His everything is there taking space.
I'm doing
Wars.
research on this currently.
Space.
I want to direct everyone to hashtag space is fake. 'Cause I've been doing research on
check
space
that
being
out.
fake.
Check
Is that real?
out.
That's a real site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake is something I'm investigating for my next hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for legitimately looking deep into
Dude,
people
flat
that
Earth, there's
flat
so much
earthers
material
mock
there.
them.
They're
Flat
so-
Earth is like, what? Space is fake. What?
No.
You dumb
You
motherfucker.
flat earthers
No,
like
it's
flat
the same
earthers
thing.
walk
chill.
away
No,
from
it's the same thing.
Okay.
You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong.
Is
Well,
everybody
Eddie,
that
I've
believes
got to
the flat-
think this is not
everybody-
very organized.
No, what I'm saying is
I got to think I
everybody that
couldn't have it
thinks-
all wrong.
No,
There's no way.
anybody that thinks the Earth is flat, they totally don't believe what we're taught about what's above us. So when
the
people
sun?
say space
Wait a
is
minute.
fake, they
What about the
mean-
sun?
They mean all the information we're getting. You're lying about that shit. That it's not that it doesn't exist. Of course it exists. We see
Right,
it.
of course.
But space is fake sounds ridiculous. Like there's
something
we're
up
looking
there.
at it and it's fake. That's ridiculous. That's
just
not what
the
it means. It
Truman
means
Show.
that all the information we got about all
We're
those
off.
lights in the sky.
Yeah. Something
They're
else?
lying. They're lying
NASA's
to
lying?
us. They're lying to us.
Why would NASA lie?
And there's a reason, and
why
I can sit
wouldn't
here
they,
and tell you,
Brian?
but you guys don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
Couldn't they?
So I
We'll
don't
give
want
it-
to talk
can you give
about
Bro, seemed like he being sarcastic. This guy right here.
That's the cliff notes.
the clip
Hey, that's my birthday. That first date.
notes are, man.
Have you studied any kind of a?
He doesn't need to,
from-
B. Let's hear just a few of it.
The goal has always been for the most powerful emperors is a one world government. They always wanted a one world government. All the Roman emperors, they try to figure out, they try to do different combinations. How about and they would fall, and a new emperor would come and go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking rule
World
the world
domination, in other words.
Aztecs.
I'm not gonna let my soldiers get married. That way, we'll have a stronger army. They have different philosophies. Everyone believed different shit, but they all wanted a one world government. There's no way to have a fucking one world government. Nobody's into that shit.
Right.
Not even other rulers from small countries are like, one world government, that's gonna put me out of a job. Fuck your one world government. People that don't know shit about politics don't want a one world government. There's no way you're gonna sell the one world government. It's impossible. The only way,
That's kind of true. I concur with that. Like, if I'm the president of the Philippines, fuck y'all. Shit.
the only way to make a one world government work is to have the people embrace it. They have to want it because nobody wants it. So the trick is to make people want it, to embrace it. There's only one way.
I gotta pee.
There's only
Hold
one
on,
way.
Joe. This is very
You're gonna
important.
miss
I've
out
heard
on
this. I know this.
Okay. I don't know
The
that.
only way, and they've known this forever. The Vatican knew this. The Vatican, the Pope wanted to rule the world. They all knew it, but they couldn't do it. They all knew it, but they knew one way, but there's no way how they're
What's
going to
the
pull it
one
off.
way, man?
The only way is if there was some extraterrestrial threat from up above us. That would be the only way to have everyone embrace the one world government. They all knew that for years.
But it didn't work
That's
so
the
far.
plan. They could never
It's a
make
shitty
it work.
plan, though.
They didn't have the technology 500 years ago. The Vatican knew about it. They wanted it. And you go to the Vatican, you see paintings of like
Have you been there?
UFOs with aliens in them. And back when I used to believe in UFOs, but before I figured out that UFOs they want us to believe in UFOs. They're preparing us for a fake alien invasion. That's always been the plan. A one world government. The only way to
freak
do
out.
it is to get us to embrace.
Sounds kind of provocative.
it. And the only way to embrace it is from an alien attack. Ronald Reagan talked about it many times at the UN, CFR. He talked about it because wouldn't it make? He looked at all the leaders of the nation of the world and said, wouldn't it make our lives easier if we just had some, some kind of extraterrestrial threat? He said that shit. He said that in front of the UN. Like he's trying to get everybody into.
I don't think he ever said that.
No, he said that many times. It's on video many times.
Ronald Reagan?
He didn't say it like it would be easy. I could play it, but he did say it. He said something like that a few times.
Ever heard of him, Brian? Ever heard of him?
George
to a lot of
Bush
speeches.
was vice president.
Right.
He was talking about, and there's many videos of him saying, what lies before us. He's in front of the nation doing a State of the Union address, saying what lies before us is the opportunity to forge a new world order, an order. Because he's talking about like it's
Do you think
time.
that means the space is fake?
Yes.
No. When people ask me why would they fake space, it's always been about a fake alien attack. You can't have a fake alien attack.
I've never heard a politician ever talk
You can't
about
have a fake alien attack
though.
without space.
But I've never heard a politician
You
talk
have to have
about
space first. So they always, you know who promoted space more than anybody? Who wanted
Nazis.
Who wanted
Scientists.
Nazis?
Russians.
But before the Nazis, you know who wanted
Cavemen.
space?
Aztecs.
No, the Vatican.
Mayans.
The Vatican. They have all the biggest. They have all the astronomers. They're all Jesuit Vaticans. All of them. All the ones that are giving us this information about space. They all come from the Vatican. The Vatican has the most
the
powerful
Vatican said
telescope.
that the
You
Earth-
know what the name of the
Wait a
Vatican
minute. The
telescope
Vatican
is?
doesn't have the most powerful
Yes, they
telescope.
do. You know what its name is?
What
It
is
has
it called?
the most powerful telescope, the Vatican. And you know what name it is? I've
What?
done the research on YouTube.
on
I have the
YouTube.
links. You know what the
I have
name
the
of this? Do you know
Isn't
what the
the biggest
name
one in
of
Chile?
this? The most powerful telescope in the world. It's in the Vatican.
What
Do
is
you
it?
know the Lucifer?
Lucifer's dick
What?
balls.
Lucifer?
Lucifer's dick and balls.
I've never seen this fucking telescope.
Yeah, it's legit, dude. I think the biggest one's in Chile. I think they have to be in high
It's in the
altitude.
Vatican.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the Vatican.
You guys didn't. So when people ask me why would they fake all this shit?
Well, I don't think that's the biggest
this
telescope.
This is just a crazy theory.
It certainly is.
We're
Now,
talking
I've
a
never
theory.
heard-
Here's the
It's funny.
thing, these
it's a funny theory.
But Eddie, these new Chile Very Large Array telescopes that they're creating are fucking gigantic, and they
This guy
take
has
over
no-
enormous pieces of land.
Listen, I
F-
was with you.
Google
I
the
was with
Very
you.
Large
Listen, I was with
Array.
you. It's called the Very Large Telescope. I watched the documentary with you at your house. It was like 2001, and
Yeah, I
it said in
think-
5 years
Yeah.
it's a documentary about them putting together the Very Large Telescope in Chile, and they're talking about by the year 2005 we're gonna have 3 telescopes linked with a computer to make us. We're gonna see further into space than ever before. None of that shit came.
What are you talking about?
None
I
of
think-
that shit came.
Is that
They
up?
said,
Is the Very Large Array up yet? Nope,
It's a very
not up.
large telescope. It's
But I
all-
know they
all
have
images.
they have them in Hawaii. What's
Isn't
that?
it weird? Isn't it weird that every space documentary, all the series, I had them all. Joe had them all. We watch them all the time. I try to remember all the shit about a neutron star and a super hypernova. I was balls deep. Me and Joe
Hypernova.
were balls deep into space. And then every now and then we'd watch this documentary after documentary. Morgan Freeman got the universe. We had
that
all
shit
that
was
shit.
good.
I DVR'd all that shit. Anything that said space.
Will Smith
I was
has a new
fucking
one.
ball. I thought I was better than people and shit because I knew so much about space. And every now and then I'd watch all that shit and wonder what. This is all cartoons.
Eddie, why not? But,
This is
but
all
hold on a
cartoons.
second.
And then I go, okay, whatever. And then I keep watching. All DVDs on space are all CGI. There's nothing real. And everyone watches that. They believe it. The narration is all programming. What's above us and what we're on, we're being lied to. Once you go flat, you never go back. Listen,
This is a campaign.
Listen, they're lying to us about everything,
Yes.
dude.
Who is
it's
they,
not about.
though?
It's not about.
Who are
it's not
they,
about
Eddie?
belief.
They
Eddie,
are
here's the one
they.
thing. This is the one thing I want to say.
Okay.
It's like it's not that we believe something ridiculous and you don't believe it. We're gullible. We're gullible. We believe some weird shit about the flat earth. We believe some weird shit. You don't believe it. You're smart. It's not about that. It's about we actually don't know what we're on, and we always say that. We don't know, but based on all the shit that we got by the mainstream, we don't believe that.
Here's what I
you
think.
believe that.
I
so
think-
it's not that we believe something crazy and you don't because you smell it, the bullshit.
But isn't there a
It's like
scientific-
you-
isn't there a
we look at
scientific
it different.
tradition?
We look
Eddie,
at it
that's
totally
what they
different.
told
We
you,
look at it as
Brian.
you believe
you use
all
this.
the
Hold
shit
on,
from NASA.
Bubba, you
hold
use,
on. And we don't believe any of that
Yeah,
shit.
but you use
so
that.
we don't
wait,
believe
wait,
that
Eddie,
shit.
you use that microphone. You use a cell phone, right?
It's science.
Hold on.
I believe in it.
That's science.
I believe in it.
Okay, why do
I
you believe in
it.
that? And
because
why don't
I
you
don't
believe?
need a study. I don't need to read something to verify.
But you
It's
benefit
not
from
scientism because
science.
I experience
You
it.
benefit from
I know
science
it.
every day.
I know.
Okay,
I love
listen,
science.
why wouldn't you
I
believe
wanna-
that
I
those-
think we
I
gotta
love
cut
science.
this off. It's 10 o'clock.
Man, we gotta get
science.
out of here.
It's
I
10
love
o'clock.
science.
Come see me in Vancouver.